I also know that the number one question will be, is it better than the G6 Gazelle? What's up, internet? With the weather sort of breaking, it's actually pretty cold. I'm thinking this is a great time to go over gazebos. This is a 15x15 gazebo made by COBIZI. Now let me start off with, when I posted pictures about this thing, everybody started asking me about the hardtop gazebo that they make and their pop-ups and everything like that, which is okay. The problem is this is the only one that I own, so I can't tell you if any of those are good or not. Now with this gazebo, I've had it in the rain, I've had it in the snow, and I've had it in the wind. But I also know that the number one question will be, is it better than the G6 Gazelle? And honestly, in my opinion, it definitely is. So let's go over a few features of why I like this. And of course, we're gonna go over some of the things that I don't. First thing I wanna start off with is the walls. So the walls attach by Velcro, but more importantly, there's a flap that goes over it. And that's important because then rain cannot go in between the screen and the sidewall. You probably wouldn't think this is a big deal, but try using a gazebo without them and you'll figure out real quick why this is a great feature. There's also tie-out points on each hub, on each foot at the ground, and also up on top. With the size of this thing, it basically turns into a big parachute, so this is definitely needed. However, one of the bad things is, on the bottom, they use small little holes on the feet. So increasing the stake size is not the easiest thing to do, which leads me to the stakes that come with this tent. They are ridiculous. At 15x15, obviously this thing turns into a sail if the wind hits too much, and these stakes are garbage. The rope that you get with it is not the best either. So understand that if you get this, you're probably going to need to buy some stakes and better rope at some point in time. Obviously you can use it with the stuff that's supplied. It's just a recommendation. Moving to the inside, it has pockets on each corner for weight. You can fill them with sand, or you can just bring weights and stick it in the pockets if you're on a hard surface or on blacktop. They use super thick poles, and they use a 210 denier Oxford, which is 2000 millimeter hydrostatic head. More than enough for any gazebo, that's for sure. If you notice, everything is reinforced. They know that this thing being this big is going to take a lot of abuse. One thing I really wish they would add is on the front door. They have a piece of fabric just like the sides, but there's no way to attach something to cover up the front doors. I really wish they would just make a flap that went all the way down to the bottom of the doors if you wanted to try to use this as a tent. It seems simple enough, but they're not the only ones that don't do this, and maybe it's because they know people will throw fireboxes in these things and they don't want anybody to get killed. The bag you get is high quality, has really good zips, but another thing you really have to consider is how big this thing packs down to. It is definitely not small. You have to keep that in mind. Another thing is you have to add the side poles next to the doors to make it more stiff. It's not a bad thing, of course, and don't forget to take them out when you pack it away. All in all, I'm very impressed with this gazebo. It does its job very well. Besides the size, when it's packed down, and the junk stakes that come with it, it's really well made. So I'm gonna end with the fact that this thing is big. If you are planning on traveling around, unless you have the room, I suggest you go with the smaller version of this. But if you have the room and you want a bunch of people with you, you really can't beat it. All links will be in the description. As always, we do not take affiliates, commissions, nothing. We believe that all sales should stay between the company and the customer, which is why we can say, buy it, don't buy it, doesn't matter to us, and you all have a good one.
I'm your huckleberry.